The battle for the top 6 has finished. 3 clubs were successful in making it in. 4 clubs bit the dust. I'm Son of Scotland TV. I am back with another short video here. I wanted to make a video over the weekend when this happened, but I wasn't feeling good. In fact, that's an understatement. I was feeling like shit. I felt like death. Thankfully though, I'm still here, still breathing. And there's no point really in me spending 20 minutes going into deep analysis of, the games and shit like that. So, essentially, fuck me, self-sick here. Essentially, just going to get a quick roundup, a quick review of what happened. So, the 3 teams that made it in were Dundee United, Ross County, and somehow Motherwell. I don't know how they done it, but they done it. They got in there. It wasn't pretty, but essentially a last-minute equaliser secured them a space in the top 6. As for the teams that didn't make it, massive clubs down here. Aberdeen and Hibs both failing to make the top 6. Absolutely shambolic. And questions have to be asked from both clubs, from both managers, from the board, from everything. Really, really shocking to see both of them miss out. St Mirren didn't make it. Their form, I think, towards this split, though, has been really poor. Nobody was expecting St Mirren to make it. They actually were the only team involved in this top 6 battle to not play on the Saturday. And by the time their game against Rangers came around on the Sunday, their fate was decided for them. There was nothing they could have done. Even if St Mirren had beat Rangers on Sunday, they could not have made it into the top 6. So St Mirren, they're kind of their battle for the top 6 kind of just ended rather, it was pathetic. They bowed out without even getting to play a game really, so not good in their behalf. And then the last team to miss out, Livingston. I feel bad for Livingston. Obviously they have been up there for quite a while now. They've been looking good for a top 6 spot, but coming into this last game before the post-split, their form wasn't good. They'd lost 3 in a row. They were denied a blatant penalty last time out. As we know, Martindale wasn't happy. He said even the Seagulls seen it was a penalty. He said that was a decision that could cost the club a lot of money, and it turns out he may have been right, because in the end Livingston threw away a 2-goal lead against Motherwell, which resulted in them dropping out the top 6 and missing out on not only a top 6 finish, but a chance to earn a European spot for next season. So yeah, massive failure for Livingston. Martindale not happy. And can you blame him, guys? Because, overall, it simply wasn't good enough. And he may be right, guys. That decision to not get the penalty last time out may have been the difference between them making the top 6 and not making the top 6. But we'll talk about a game that had no effect on the top 6, really. Celtic beating St Johnstone by 7-0. Undoubtedly, probably the best performance of the season so far. St Johnstone weren't great, but Celtic were pretty phenomenal. And O'Reilly's second goal, holy shit, the build-up play for that, it must have been about 100 unanswered passes. St Johnstone just couldn't get anywhere near the ball. One of the best goals we've seen this season, and definitely a contender for goal of the season, absolutely. But no, Celtic were great. I've seen the return of Kyogo Furuhashi, so if you're a Celtic fan, I'm sure you were buzzing with that performance. It was nice to see the Japanese man back. I don't like to see any player injured, and I think Furuhashi has arguably been the best player in the league this season, even though he was out for such a long period of time. So it's good to see Kyogo back. Hearts versus Hibs, already done a match review on that, but we all know the story. Hibs took the lead, Hibs were celebrating, Hibs fans started abusing Andy Halliday, then Andy Halliday just psyched up, he turned into fucking Superman, and he destroyed Hibs with 2 goals, and he was kind enough to let Stephen Kingsley score 1 as well. Hearts defeating Hibs by 3-1 and condemning them to a bottom 6 finish. Dundee United versus Dundee didn't have a lot of impact on the top 6. Dundee, realistically, they ain't thinking about they couldn't make it anyway, but all they're thinking about is somehow trying to avoid that relegation spot. It didn't really work out for them. They were 2-0 down though, and they came back to get a point. Charlie Adam scoring again for Dundee. So, it's a point that it looked like they weren't going to get, but at this stage, I think they probably needed all 3 if they were going to survive. Dundee United, for them to not get top 6, they needed to lose, and they needed a bunch of results to go against them. It was never going to happen. They got the point that they needed. Charlie Mulgrew with a lovely free kick as well. So, yeah, no, it was a solid game think Dundee probably deserved the win, but I mean, overall, 2-2 maybe was a fair result. Then we have Livingston Motherwell. Like I said, already spoke about this. Livingston 2-0 up, threw it away. Motherwell scoring in the 93rd minute. Just Livingston simply did not defend well enough. Shambolic to think that just a lack of defending, you know what I mean, for one attack. They failed to defend one corner, and it's cost the club, you know, potentially a lot of money and potentially a European spot. So, I mean, you switch off for 1 second in football and you can be punished, but surely when you're at this stage, when you've got everything riding on it, you have to defend better than they did. So, you know what? Maybe they deserve to get nothing because the defending really was bad for the Livingston equaliser. And then the big game, the game that really, both of these teams kind of had it in their own hands. Ross County travelling to Pittodrie. Both of these teams knew that a win was likely enough to get them top six. Aberdeen knew that Hibs were probably not going to beat Hearts, and that a win would have got them into top six. And the same for Ross County. This was winner takes all. And I think it just goes to show you how bad Aberdeen are. That all they had to do... Imagine if you said to Aberdeen like a few weeks ago, Aberdeen looked buried. It did not look like they were getting top six. If you offered Aberdeen fans and Aberdeen, the club and the players and the manager, if you offered them like a few weeks ago that all you have to do is beat Ross County at Pittodrie and you will get top six, they would have snatched your hand off. Because that is all they had to do essentially. And could they do it? No, they could not. They were shite. Jim Goodwin has got a lot of work to do. Aberdeen fans chanting, "You're not fit to wear the shirt." And I mean, I've got to agree with them. Aberdeen this season have been shambolic. This is a team that, let's be honest here, a lot of people were tipping Aberdeen to finish second this season. I thankfully wasn't one of them, but I think I did put them in third place. I think I said maybe if they had a better manager, I could maybe put them in second, but I think a lot of people got it horribly wrong with Aberdeen. I was one of them, but I'm just glad I never predicted Aberdeen to finish second, because that would be embarrassing. But no, Aberdeen this season have been shambolic. Jim Goodwin says he's going to make a lot of changes. I expect this team to look totally different from next season. Constantine's already leaving. He's already on the way out, and I expect a lot of people to join him, because this Aberdeen side, it needs a clear out. We talk about clearing sales. I think you could discount every single one of these players to like fucking 10 pence and just get rid of them all, because they are shite, guys. And then on the Sunday, as we already mentioned, St Mirren could no longer get the top six, and they got pumped 4-0 by Rangers, who are hanging on to a thread here in terms of a title challenge against Celtic, guys. So that is basically the roundup of the top six. Like I said, Dundee United, Motherwell and Ross County are the three teams that make it in. Hibs, Aberdeen, Livingston and St Mirren are the four teams that don't make it. And now it's likely, once Hearts beat Hibs, that will free up another place in the league via qualification spot to the Europa League. So that means that 2 out of the 3 between Ross County, Motherwell and Dundee United will be playing, or will have the opportunity to play European football next season via qualifiers, or, you know, however the coefficient is. But what a chance it is for 2 of those 3 clubs to earn European football next season. So yeah, big ups to them. Big failure to the teams down below, especially Aberdeen and Hibs. Nobody really expects Livingston and St Mirren with their budget to make the top 6, but for Hibs and Aberdeen to both fall short, it's simply not good enough. Jim Goodwin's just in. I don't think it would be fair to sack Jim Goodwin. I think he deserves a bit of time. I think Jim Goodwin's been pretty impressive at St Mirren. I think he's done a good job wherever he's been. I'm not too sure whether he's the man for Aberdeen, but I think he deserves a bit of time. I think he deserves at least next season. I would give him at least the first half of the season to see how he gets on with his new signings, with a transfer window. But for Sean Maloney, I think sometimes it doesn't matter how much time somebody's had. I think you just sometimes need to admit that I don't think this guy is the right fit. And for me, that's Sean Maloney. I don't think Sean Maloney is going to be the man at Hibernian. I don't think Sean Maloney is going to turn Hibs around. In my opinion, Sean Maloney will be sacked at Hibs, and it's just a matter of time. I would personally let go of him now and try and get someone in for the start of next season. But I know they're not going to do that. They're going to keep Maloney, but I just don't see Maloney being successful at Hibs. For his first job, he should have probably took a smaller club. That's my opinion, guys. Let me know down below what your opinion is, and that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully, I will feel slightly better for the next one, because I'm sick of being fucking sick. Sick of this shit, guys. But anyway, till next time, till the Scottish Cup semi-finals. That's basically what everybody cares about now. It's all about the Scottish Cup semis. It's all about Hampden. We've never lost to Hibs at Hampden, so hopefully we can keep that wee record intact. Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time, like, subscribe, share, comment down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, though, peace.